What's up, everybody? It's SneK234. Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is actually my first tutorial video and is going to be on Streamlabs OBS for a Mac. So let's get right into it. So I do own a Mac here. As you can see, we're gonna go to Safari. First, we're gonna wanna, let me just resize that. We're gonna wanna go to streamlabs.com. I'll have the link for this in the description. It's pretty simple. And we're gonna click here, download Streamlabs. So I already have the DMG file. That's what you use on a Mac. But after clicking that, there would be a download here, and I have the download already opened, or already downloaded. So we're gonna open that by double clicking on it, and we click agree. And now this is gonna verify. We're gonna wanna drag and drop Streamlabs OBS into applications. And now in some cases, there'll be an authenticate option. We're just gonna hit authenticate. Okay, so now it's gonna start copying to the applications folder. Took a bit of time, but it's finally done. We're gonna close up this, and then we're gonna open there. I'm gonna go into the dock here. It's verifying. We can close out of Safari right now. And yep, we want to open it. It's pretty safe. You guys should trust Streamlabs OBS. It's a very safe thing to use. So now this is gonna have a loading screen. Okay, guys. So next we're gonna have this grant permissions thing, and we have a bunch of setup things that we need to do. So it'll ask you permission for your microphone and your webcam. I've already given them permission, so I'm just gonna hit continue. It's gonna ask you to sign in. We have a bunch of options here. We have Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and then we have these two, D Live and Nemo TV. Most likely it'll probably be Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer, but in some cases you might choose another. I'm just gonna hit skip. And now we have two options here if we want to import from OBS or we want to start fresh. A lot of you experienced streamers will probably want to import from OBS. As you can see, it takes less than a minute because OBS is like the older version of Streamlabs, and that's why it'll be easier because you can just like import all your scenes and stuff, all your settings and everything. Or we can start fresh. So I'm just going to start fresh because if you guys are new, that's probably what you will be picking. So now it's gonna ask us to set up our mic and our webcam. I'm using a Mac, so I do have the FaceTime HD camera right over here, but it's off right now. So I'm just gonna hit skip for now. And we have a bunch of options for choosing a theme. You guys could choose one. I mean, that'll just like give you a theme of your stream. Like there'll be a starting soon screen, and there'll be like an ending screen and all that. A few of these look good to me, but I'm just gonna hit skip because I do want to start from scratch. So as you can see here, we have our scene collections page, and I'm talking right now, so you can see that there's a mic/aux thing right over here, and we can head into here, and then we can configure the layout, the editor display. Let me just give you guys a short tour. This is the editor display, mini feed, scene selection, source selection, and audio mixer. And we have a bunch of settings for like a ton of these sources. And on the side here, that would be the scene collection, theme store, whatever it's called. You can only access that if you log in. The login button is right over here. This is like a help manual. This is studio mode. I don't really use it. I mean, I'll go more into that, in depth into that later. These are the settings, which I'll configure later. But for now, this layout is not really something I like. So we have a bunch of options here, editor, and we have a bunch of other options, but I'm gonna choose this one where the mini feed is off to the side because that's just my personal favorite. And now it looks quite different. And I do want to drag this a bit this way since right now the mini feed is taking up a lot of space. And now we can get started. So we have our basic scene over here, and we can add a bunch of sources. So we have a bunch of options here, and right now I'm gonna hit display capture. Gonna add that. So I'm gonna call it my screen. All right. So Now we have a bunch of options for what we want to choose. So we have, if you have multiple monitors, multiple displays, then you'll have to choose a different display. I just have one right now, so I'm just going to choose 0. You can show the cursor if you want. I don't really want to right now. And we have a crop. We can do a manual crop. We can do a 2-window crop. I'm just going to hit none right now. And we are done. Now, as you can see here, this thing is out of alignment a little. So I'm going to right click on it, transform. I'm going to do fit to screen. So that way it'll like be full screen. That's perfect. It's showing my screen right now, which is Streamlabs OBS. So it's kind of infinite loop over there. So now we have this. We can also add a bunch of other stuff. Like we can add a media source, image, browser source. If we want to like link anything or something, we can do a window capture, audio capture. You don't really need an audio capture right now though. So now I'm going to tell you guys how to configure, like for example, desktop audio and your own audio. But that'll be in the settings. So first, you're going to want to click on these stats. This is like how much FPS it has. Mine is really low right now. It's taking a lot of CPU. So I don't have too much good FPS. If we click on this, it'll go right into here where we can see things easily. So that's just pretty nice for me. Now we can check out settings. So we have a bunch of options here, and default devices, OBS import. We want to scroll down. We have this output stuff. We can record when streaming, and yeah, we have a bunch of other stuff. Source alignment snapping. This stuff isn't really that important. Now here, we can have a bunch of streaming services. So, you know, if we logged in, then this would be much more simplified. I mean, normally the way you stream is like you post your stream key here from whatever the website you're streaming on. Hang on a second. So normally though, when you log in, it'll auto stream there, making it much more simpler instead of having to get the stream key every single time you stream. But right now I'm not logged in, that's why it's showing this. We go to output. Now we have here simple and advanced. In general, we always want to choose advanced. Alright, so now we have a bunch of options here. Audio track should be 1. The encoder should be software X264. We should do that, yeah. The bitrate, the bitrate is 2500 right now, but if you're on a Mac, the recommended one is pretty low. It's actually 1100 or 1100. So that'll actually decrease the power. That'll actually like decrease the maybe the quality of the stream just a little bit, but it's alright because otherwise it might take a bit too much power. We have a bunch of options here. We're just gonna wanna leave that there. Alright, and recording. We're not gonna wanna do anything over here except we're gonna wanna use the stream encoder here. Actually, no. We're gonna wanna hit on that. So now we get a bunch of other options for the recording. So I'm gonna wanna scroll down, change the bitrate again, 1100. That's the recommended bitrate. Okay, I don't want the buffer size. Alright, so now we can go to audio. And this stuff and replay buffer, I don't really want replay buffer. I don't really understand that, so I'm just going to disable that. Now for audio, we have less options here. Sample rate should be 48 kilohertz. And the stereo channels, yep, stereo is good. Stereo is pretty good. And now we have a bunch of options for the desktop audio device. Now, we have a bunch of like options for the there's not much options for the desktop audio device. I'll go over that in a second. But the mic auxiliary device, we have here a default. If you guys use some other microphone, then you're gonna want to select that microphone in this option, but I'm just gonna do default for now. In your video settings, you have a bunch of options here. We have a few options for the downscale filter. I'm gonna choose bicubic, and for the bass resolution should probably be that, and for the output resolution should also be that. FPS should be 30. shouldn't really have it that high, because on a Mac, you know, sometimes it might run too much. And we the hotkeys, you guys can customize however you want. Now, if we go into advanced settings, it's just kind of weird. We don't really need this stuff, except we just want to change that to full, right? And this stuff is fine. Scene collections and notifications, and that appearance you guys can choose night or day. I'm just gonna choose night. Day looks a bit too bright. And remote control, we're not gonna do that right now. That's just if you want to control from your phone. And now we have the settings configured. So now what we're gonna do is, if you guys own a Mac, you want to capture desktop audio, it's not gonna be that simple. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to Safari, back to Safari, and we're gonna want to search up I show you audio capture. Sorry, let me spell that. Okay, so what we have to do is go this way, support.shinywhitebox.com. So this is the website we've got to go to. So it's pretty simple. You just have to follow these instructions. I'll have this link in the description, by the way. You just install that. You're gonna want to continue installing, approve that, restart, and then we should have we need to allow whatever it is to be there. So just gonna restart, and then after that, I show you audio capture will be installed. I do already have it installed, but in any case, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to go to audio MIDI setup. I have a bunch of options here, but I already have this multi-output device. But if you guys don't have the multi-output device, you probably don't, you're gonna want to click on plus, create multi-output device. Now we're gonna want to choose built or whatever microphone you use, and I show you audio capture. And then we make the master device I show you audio capture, keep the sample rate right over here. Drift correction, we should probably enable or disable, it depends on whatever you want. But I already have a multi-output device, so I'm gonna remove that. And here we are, the multi-output device is ready. So now what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna head into settings. We're gonna go back to audio. And now in the mic auxiliary device 2, we're gonna select I show you audio capture. That should already be installed. And now this thing will show up on the side. And so basically what this will do is you're gonna wanna select in your sound preferences, in system preferences, you're gonna wanna select multi-output device as your output, and then only this will work. So as an example, I'm gonna head to YouTube. Okay, so that's gonna load, take a bit of time, but as you see here, I'm currently logged into my account. So let's just head over to my channel, right? You know, so let's check out this video. I'm gonna pause it right now. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to recording from Streamlabs OBS. Alright, so I'm using Streamlabs OBS to record right now, and I have multi-output device selected in my sound preferences. So all we gotta do is hit the play button. Oh, you guys should be able to hear that. So, but that's pretty simple. It'll just play the audio along with your recording. So that's pretty nice, you know, to make sure that you have the desktop audio if you ever want to record games or even just normal stuff. And Streamlabs OBS is really, really helpful. And let me just say, the reason why we had to do all this I show you audio capture and stuff is because of the fact that Apple is kind of weird sometimes. I mean, even their built-in screen record feature, which is not that good, it doesn't allow you to have desktop audio. You're gonna have to use I show you audio capture on that also. It's really, really complicated, but you know, that's why Streamlabs OBS is pretty awesome. So that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this really short tutorial, or I hope you guys enjoyed this short tutorial on how to use Streamlabs OBS on a Mac. So don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video and hit that like button right down there, and you can also share the video if you want. And don't forget to head over to my Twitch page and keep an eye out for my streams starting soon, pretty soon, in like a week or so, maybe a few weeks. And don't forget to join my Discord, follow me on Instagram, and all of that stuff. SneK234 signing off. If you guys like that video, chances are you'll like the rest of my channel, so hit the center icon to go to my channel. That's where you can subscribe and see all my videos, playlists, etc. So you can go check those stuff out. On the left, if you missed the last video, then the previous video is right over there, so you can go check that out if you missed it. And on the right is a playlist of all these kinds of videos I've made so far, so if you enjoyed that, you should check out this playlist. Thanks so much for watching.